this was the answer to Master in Visions. Storm, you farm just as much.
Mid beast.
Want to guess this time?
Are you?
All right, I'm going T1.
He's forcing my hand.
I'm not doing anything.
Because like
There's a lot of free will you have.
I'm a competitor, of course, so I have to go with TNC. I can't just give you a free win.
Okay.
There is. No, there is. There's always wins in my heart.
I am the disposed toward you.
I'm going TNC anyway.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, realistically, T1's draft is way better. But my boys TNC will never let me down.
Oh.
I just remember Storm and Dusa, and they don't really have any answers to them, so... Okay.
To hell with you. To hell with you.
You asking me or him? Me? Storm, Medusa, Beastmaster, Bloodseeker, Snapfire, Timbersaw... OD Mirana. Last two.
I love this part.
I mean, 8 out of 10 is not bad. You know the last two?
No, it's your test.
Well, I don't know. 8 out of 10, 80%, I pass.
Come on, it's your test. You got this.
That's a pass anywhere.
No, you got this.
Lion Enchantress.
Oh, come on.
Hey, 80% is not bad, though.
No.
Considering that...
It's not 100.
Yeah, sure. But considering that half the time I spent trolling you...
Yeah, well...
It's pretty good.
Should be able to get 10 out of 10.
Next time, Daddy.
There's not another game after this, and don't call me Daddy.
Oh, sorry,
My
Daddy.
name's not Daddy.
Daddy B. Cough.
It's not Shirley.
No, but of course, you know... This draft, I probably have to go pretty far down the line and say 80-20 for T1.
Wow.
It looks pretty damn one-sided, to be honest. They do have some setups here and there, but it doesn't look pretty. Safe and OD. Haven't seen that in forever. So we'll have to wait and see what it can do, really. Maybe he'll surprise me, hard carry crap out of this game. But
while you are sleeping.
He's going right into the Meteor Hammer.
yeah. There's only two builds you can go from safe lanes. Either you go into the Midas to scale, or you go into the Meteor Hammer to scale.
Right. Could you do both?
Nah. Oh. Too greedy. Too greedy. But at least they do have the tool of Astral against the Medusa, which reduces her max mana by a good 20%. Is it 20 or more even? 22%. So you get like a couple of Astrals. Oh, John's getting a little bit low here. Courtesy to the arrow setup of the Astral. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game, regardless. Like, once this Agon is online, it's going to be...
It's going to be rough. Yeah, that's for sure.
Stone City.
Zephyr, skill, nature's attendance.
Yeah.
That feels rough.
I'm with you. Usually you wanna have the enchant or impetus.
Yeah, we see like the 1-2-1, but fourth point is the Nature's Attendants.
Yeah. I'm not sure how TNC keeps ending up with these wonky drafts. Like game 1, they won purely based on outplaying. Game 2, they got punished for their wonky draft. And now game 3, it doesn't look much better, to be honest.
Does it feel like they're trying to do too much?
Potentially, yeah. They're trying to answer things they don't need an answer for, and they're just making things complicated for themselves. We've seen it many times where teams just overcomplicate things instead of going with a simple answer.
Because like, they had the OD.
Yep.
That's fine.
I think just put the OD middle, put the Bloodseeker off lane, and you just pick a decent carry. Like, why is Slark not great this game?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I feel like Slark answers every problem they have.
It seems like a lot of heroes get overlooked right now.
Yeah. Like they're very in like their own zone. This hero is good, had success, so you're gonna stick to this. And sometimes heroes don't get overlooked enough when they go too far out the box, like often Mirana.
You should have known.
I'm a little surprised because it seems like it's not only TNC that do that, it's a lot of teams that just overlook.
But mainly in SCA region right now, I think.
Yeah.
Like they're very volatile in their drafts, for sure. I mean, at least with this style, they have the answer to the Timber Saw in the safe lane with the OD. But is that really a problem? I would argue no. The real problem is the Storm and Deuce this game.
The Storm,
prize is mine.
I assume he maybe starts Kaya like we've seen. Picking up Kaya Orchid, does he need an early game Lincolns even?
I will have to see how confident he feels in this game. Like, all the stuns they have are not instant. So I would like Orchid quite a bit. Maybe even Orchid in the BKB, or Kaya Orchid BKB, or Orchid Kaya BKB, but you definitely want to have the Kaya at some point. And Orchid is just a really good game this game.
Right.
Against OD. It's gonna build a late BKB.
22-6 already for that Storm.
So the real problem is, once Timber is level like 5, I don't know if OD can actually still outdamage him or not. Hasbro, arrow follow-up, misses.
And no arrow follow-up, but they are going to have the Meteor Hammer arrow combo eventually.
Yeah, it's still quite a ways away though. Still like about 1,000 gold away.
It's 1,000 gold away, which should put Cuckoo at level 5 at least by the time they get it. Yeah. Will it still be enough damage?
With that hammer, it's like 540 magic damage is definitely going to be enough, I think. Medusa in a little bit of trouble here. Double Snake, gets mana back, good stuff. So how does TNC win this game then if they're so outdrafted? They have to put the tempo, the foot on the gas early, up the tempo super fast, and just make sure that Medusa doesn't have enough freedom to farm. But I think if this Medusa gets Saint Joshua, Butterfly, or I mean Saint Joshua, Aghanim's, and Cascadi, the game is pretty much over.
I find it hard, at least conceptually, to figure out how they're going to shut down the Medusa without, you know, shutting down both the Medusa and the Storm. Because I think even if Medusa gets shut down early, I think Storm with an open map and enough to get to like Kaya Orchid can make enough space for Medusa to recover.
Exactly, that's the problem in this game. They have two heroes that they need to keep in check, but you only have a limited amount of resources to do so.
Yeah.
But again, we've seen in the past, TNC is prone to outplaying quite a bit. If they can outplay P1, we're all good. Arrow.
And arrow lands.
And dead.
Piku should be dead, but
maybe
gets the Timber Chain, the right clicks. One more. Oh, there it is for Gabby. He was really soaking that in.
And now that is Meteor Hammer completed. Next time Timber comes to lane, he's just gonna die. 540 magic damage from the Meteor Hammer. 300 magic damage from the Astral. If there's an arrow on top, you're gone.
Yeah.
Potentially even a hammer. He's very close to reaching level 6.
Radiant's
This is now going to be very tough. He lost his Meteor Hammer to creeps! To creeps!
Because I am.
That's massive. I think that... I don't want to be too harsh. I think that really shuts down OD's game.
It does. And it also gives Timber a lot more freedom. He should not be able to lane here anymore. Now he's quite happy.
Wow.
How long is it dead for? Another minute. It's another big blunder. Just like that Aegis pickup. It doesn't look like much, but it can really...
But it is more than it appears.
Definitely.
Fire Snap Cookie lands.
Dire's courier
Not really doing much except getting the courier. That's fine.
Double snake.
Top tower is under attack.
Good mana back. Arrow.
They got the arrow.
He got hammer.
Yeah, and the sanities. That's good. That recovers.
Oh, he still dies, and he gets a chance to put back as well.
Yeah, that's a big recovery. Zephyr gonna die here. 3-0 for TNC early on.
Already up 1k. Soon to be 2k.
Yeah, this is a Timber that's not really sustaining lane. Not the way we saw Cuckoo play in the last game. They just lost another courier. Carl is going for the Orchid first, so that could be a timing for T1.
I gotta be completely honest with you here. Like, first phasing Timber saw, when you don't really see anything, is always very risky. Last game they picked it to counter the Bristleback, made a lot of sense. This game, what did they counter? Nothing. They first picked it with Snapfire. That's it.
We've been seeing a lot more Timbersaw than other offlaners. Is there a reason that Mars, a hero that was picked every series, almost every game last season by both regions that we're covering, is now not sought out as much?
So realistically, it's because, wait, hold that thought. There might be a gang coming in here. Oh, he unsmoked him and they have a ward right there.
Future is grim.
Your future is grim indeed. Meteor Hammer is now flying out again.
T1 again with that. That's so much damage on this.
It's half of him. But yeah, why is he not as popular? Because Timbersaw is very prone to winning lanes. Like right now, side lanes are so important because the mid lane will almost always go even. So you want to win your side lane. Timber goes even or wins against a lot of matchups. Whereas Mars, you know, you play against a lifestealer or something, you're in a lot of trouble. Timbersaw doesn't care about that. There's not many carry heroes that really stand toe-to-toe with Timber.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
2k.
Yep. And here's Meteor Hammer available now. One Astral, good. Wow, the range!
A lot of range. Meteor Hammer coming down. Cuckoo on the edge of it. Still got caught. Doesn't have the sanities.
That range was way longer than it should be because he caught him like in the middle of the Timber chain. Dota something. Like when I attacked from 500 range, like, how did that happen?
Tower is under attack.
Don't ask questions, you just did.
I didn't ask any questions.
Yeah, I was talking to myself.
So they are starting to farm their way back into it.
Yep. Dudes are still uncontested.
Yeah, and that's really big here for them. Fire Snap Cookie, Arrow, follow that up, and now they'll get the kill onto Zephyr. We're not really seeing the best performance from this Enchantress. Shockwave thrown, they've got the Vortex, Scatter Blast. Carl struggling to get this kill, but finally will finish off Boomy. That's a kill that'll push him closer and closer to the Orchid. Meanwhile, Beastmaster Armel is halfway to this axe.
Yeah. T1 is by no means out of this game at all. Like, their strong heroes, Storm and Medusa, are still pretty much untouched. And the control of their lineup is not the best, as we said before. So once this Orchid comes online, sure, Odie's having a great game right now. But if he jumps with Orchid, you're dead. Odie's itemizing into an Aghanim Scepter. Do I like that? He's doing it to burn the mana of Medusa as well as Storm. So in that regard, I can somehow get behind it, but you're still the carry.
Is under attack.
It's not your job. Your job is to really kill heroes.
And let's see, Primal Roar used. They've got the blood right down, but now the Rupture on the Carl. Ball Lightning trying to catch a Vortex won't get back.
Yeah, trying to invade the Medusa's jungle, but his teammates are very well prepared.
They did get the Marana though.
They did. That's what I mean, they're very well prepared.
And now Storm sits 800 gold away from getting that Orchid, which is, I think, a time to move.
What'd I miss?
I think the thing, though, is it's just him right now. He really needs the help of the supports who feel lacking a little bit on T1. I don't know. Enchantress does have the medallion close to the Solar Crest, so that could definitely help out.
The only question mark for me this game is the Timber, so how much of an
Dire's
impact he will
top
have.
tower is under attack.
He farms his way.
Vortex, Moonlight Shadow, but they have the Finger as well as your Spike Sentry down to spot him. Radavetos fought before he died. And that's what I was looking for from these supports from T1. The Finger burst damage, they get the kill onto the Bloodseeker, and now Carl might happily be into that Orchid. Arrow, Meteor Hammer, all connecting, frame perfect.
Meteor Hammer did not connect actually. A little bit too early.
As foretold.
We'll have to work a little bit
I
on
thought it
that.
was frame perfect.
Nope.
I got confused with the arrow.
Radiant's
That
bottom
was just the
tower
arrow plus
is under
astral
attack.
damage, which you can see
Radiant
is a ton.
structures are fortified.
I'm sad.
It's okay. It happens to everybody. What tower now getting
Your
pressured
eyes
a
are
lot?
better than mine, and I wear, I wear glasses. It happens.
Superhero though.
That's true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Timber actually farming his way back into the game quite nicely. Sitting at 4k net worth now. What was once a rough lane now turns into a tower kill.
Dire's
And
top
what
tower
item is he gonna
under
go for
attack.
is a big question here. Probably
Dire's
hood into
structures
Heaven's
are
Halberd, I'd
fortified.
imagine. Heaven's Halberd, one of the biggest counters to OD. Storm, Orchid online. Now it's go time.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
it is ready to go. As Northern Line would say, go mode.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Love this part.
Mixed up two streamers.
Sorry.
That's
Too many nowadays. They're converging onto the mid lane. White one looking to set up potentially.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under
We're
attack.
going for the tier 1 mid.
Radiant's
See if there's
middle
any
tower
retaliation
is
from
under
TNC. They're
attack.
bringing a lot of heroes over. They've got Primal Roar available to lay down the blood, right? Tim's comes in with the Scatter Blast. They'll clean up the creeps.
Yeah, TNC still need 500 gold to finish that axe scepter. That's really the timing they're waiting for. And then Storm has to decide. Do they want to shut down the Beast
are
or the
scanning.
OD? You probably need to shut down the OD because otherwise he just saves the Beast. But it's not an easy decision. If you
Dire's middle
misjump
tower
at all,
is under
you get
attack.
silenced or stunned by anything, you will die. He's sitting at 1,100 health. That's nothing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Zephyr on the run. He'll get out of the hands of Tim's and Boomy.
Yep. Eng, pretty farmed as well. Solar Crest already completed. Going into the mech next. Just more survivability. And Dusa did go for the additional Dragon Lance, so his axe timing will be a little slower. And Orchid has now been revealed.
Now, Orchid gets revealed and he really hasn't done anything with it yet. Although I will say the pressure from TNC is really pulled off, and this has allowed Medusa to just about finish this Sanjin Yasha.
Dusa is massive now.
Then
Now it's go time for
Radiant's top
TNC.
tower is under attack.
Axe on the Courier of the Beastmaster. It's not quite there yet, so if they find an engagement now, they won't have it. Maybe a little premature. Dusa TPing out of the bot lane. Storm is still waiting there though. They could potentially pick him off.
Prize is mine.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, 5 euros bottom.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh,
under
Timber's-
attack.
Courier. Oh boy.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, very dead.
Dire's bottom
What was on
tower
it? The
is
Void
under
Stone.
attack.
2 clarities.
Where's the party?
Carl needs to be careful about how much he shows himself at the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There's
attack.
also this concept called invisible pressure. Or lion.
Radiant's middle tower
Arrow.
is falling.
Not going to land. Rupture used. That's out on the Cuckoo. They've got themselves the Radavetos as well as the Blood Right. No arrow to follow it up, but the axes will start to come through. They've got the Astral
Dire's
Imprisonment.
middle tower is under
However,
attack.
Rupture.
Very disorganized. Like if you have an Atos, you should definitely wait with the arrow until you Atos him.
Yeah.
And then
They
it should be a
ruptured
free
him,
kill.
didn't do anything with it. Astral Imprisonment.
Can see a little bit off the game here.
Radavetos once again. This
On the
time
storm.
Carl. Throws the Orchid over onto the Beastmaster. Wisely so he couldn't get Primal Roared.
There was a big mistiming here by Bok. Should have been a Death Storm right there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This entire time, 223 is just farming.
Yep, he is enjoying his life. He's now sort of in range to join the defense in case he's needed.
Arrow doesn't hit again.
so far. Oh, they blocked the Ancients. I liked it a lot. And the Sentry Ward of Dire is just outside of range. That's a rough one.
Invisibility.
So they're blocking that, and they're trying to slow down the farm for 23.
Yeah. Sneaking a Roche is still a very strong possibility here for Radiant.
Only 8 kills, 16 minutes in, so averaging like a half kill.
So the problem is the later this game goes, the more it should go into the favor of T1.
Yeah, you're getting so much farm on the Medusa.
And Storm.
Yeah.
Almost has a Kaya done now.
Yeah, Storm isn't exactly snowballing, but TNC aren't pulling away, where it's, I think, going to be that big of a difference. Arrow, Ruptured, Blood Right, all through. Meteor Hammer was already used. Got the right clicks coming in, and eventually Cuckoo will run himself out. Up in the Sanities, Zephyr surviving, 23 on the front lines. Now they've got the Primal Roar. This is an interesting spot for 23 to be in, with ball lighting from Carl missing. Wonder Moves Kisses is out.
What is it? Cookies?
Dire's
Kisses.
middle tower
Kisses,
is under
cookies,
attack.
maybe kisses made with cookies.
What's the difference? No difference.
Exactly.
Dire's middle
They didn't really get a lot out of that. They get a tier 1
And a Timber kill.
and a Timber kill, but they used everything. They literally used everything.
You have to be careful on Carl, you got caught. An arrow?
Stone Gaze trying to keep it back, eats the arrow.
What a bro.
23 actually playing Save the President,
Yep.
even though he is the president in this game for T1.
Not yet. He's vice president right now. He will be taking the position of power in about
Dire
whenever
are
he finishes the
scanning.
Agamemnon Scepter. And about 3k gold. I'm so scared of this T1 late game
For
lineup.
the hunt.
Storm Aghanims, plus Medusa Stone Gaze.
How are you supposed to get a Meteor Hammer off if you turn your stone after the axe comes out?
Well, you
Orchid, shotgun, Timber Chain to the kill there for Carl off the
don't. Easy game.
Orchid burn.
Yeah. And TNC look a little, I don't want to say lost, but they're playing at a pace that just suits them, which...
Doesn't suit the game.
Exactly. Like they're playing like they have the better late game, but they really don't.
Lost for stone.
Like I can't see a world where Medusa late game will lose to an OD.
Especially with the axe. Like, it does so much.
It does. Also cold-blooded. Every time you ask for him, you get a snake in your face.
Rupture again on a Cuckoo.
Dude, have the damage though.
Timber Chain, that might help. Oh, TP's out just in time.
I don't know. Or whatever.
He calculated it.
I thought he was gonna raw him, but he gave him the freedom. He's like, you're good to go, Cuckoo. I don't want to bully you anymore.
So, still a game sitting at even.
Very slow game. Very, very slow game. Storm also going for the Sage next.
Shadows.
So they have two heroes with low status resistance. Shadows take us. Ulti popped by the Mirana. And they find Zephyr. Or they don't.
It feels like one of those game 3s of fear. Both teams kind of a little scared to take engagements that might turn around everything. However, I think that does benefit T1.
A lot.
I know it benefits T1 the most.
For sure. Medusa now level 15. Has the
100 gold away from the axe.
yeah, Mystic Snake talent. Every time he's gonna get Astraled with that shard, he's gonna go back to full mana instantly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Which, if you Astral her enough, you know, might not be a whole lot of mana though.
They smoked. And Bach, he's nearby the Medusa.
Bach has to be really careful.
Radiant
He's got
are
Rupture.
scanning.
Oh, they missed the arrow on the Roshan. Wow.
They're not even going to catch TNC. Rod of Atos with the blood right down. Whitemon gets silenced. Axe is thrown over. That hits on a Cuckoo.
Tickles him.
Just farming away while all this goes on.
Yep. Odie also has his Agon set that we spoke about it briefly earlier. How much of an impact is it really gonna have? Like, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just worried that the damage output won't be enough come mid game, come late game.
Once Ags is picked up, it could be a problem. And they keep trying to find 23, but they're not. And 23 is doing a good job of farming where he feels safe, farming in an area where
Radiant's bottom
TNC
tower
just
is
aren't
under
catching
attack.
him.
They're reading the map very well right now. They had a lot of problems with that in the first game.
I love this
Ever
part.
since that win, they seem to be on it again. T1 is playing really well in this game 3 here.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They
attack.
back up to farm some world for the BKB on Gabby.
It was an initial like 3k lead for TNC, and T1 got all that back and more simply by being more efficient around the map. Medusa, after this camp, he should have his scepter, and then we'll just see how strong it really is.
And there it is.
Picks it up now. Going into the shard as well.
So now you've got the Scepter, you've got the Mystic Snake Stone Gaze, going Scotty, Butterfly, Shard, potentially not in that order, of course, as I would almost say there were B2 Roaches.
Butterfly is a necessity against OD. But OD never
Arrow misses
built.
the Roach again.
That's the second time. Biggest target on the map.
This should be T1 looking to smoke.
They have a boar inside the pit. I mean, it has 22 axe stacks on it, but not fast enough.
Smoke now from TNC. They're running into a lot. They're running into the hurt. Question is,
2 5-man smokes.
do they find each other?
Tim's is a little far out. Has to be careful that he doesn't get caught out of position here.
Both teams don't find each other, but this could mean... Do T1 want to go Roche? I don't know if they go... Oh, Ball Lightning all the way onto the high ground. Does it? I believe break the smoke on anybody but Boomy. And now they're just in the pit with Cuckoo for now. Standing around nearby, neither team finding each other. They've got the Hawk that's spotting Whitemon.
Yeah, he was under vision for quite a while until he noticed. So, what's this?
And that gives away that they have the ward up on the high ground.
It does. Still waiting on TNC. They're gonna pull the trigger eventually.
Radiant's top
I think
tower
both teams
is
are a
under
little
attack.
scared to pull the trigger.
Yeah, but you're completely fine with that for T1.
Yeah.
Sure, you have this aghanims, which means you do want to fight, but that doesn't mean you have to fight. It's just a great tool to do so.
Here I am.
And now they've got the Arcane Rune in the hand of this Storm.
Wahoo!
Picked
Huzzah!
up by the Enchantress. I think Zephyr is pretty hard to kill at this moment.
What do you think about his Beastmaster? Doesn't feel as strong, right? Like,
I don't think they
Radiant are
used it.
scanning.
Oh, again, I think Beastmaster with the change is a little bit more susceptible to losing out on timings. And
Stupendous!
I think we're feeling that a little bit more here, right?
there's just going to be so much teamfight chaos coming out of the T1 lineup. Not sure how TNC will deal with it. Medusa's getting bigger, bigger, and bigger.
Eventually, TNC's bubble of thinking we can farm through this is going to pop.
Well,
They picked up Shard.
An
Now
easy
straight up on
shot.
bot.
Huzzah!
Medusa in shard? Makes a lot of sense against OD.
Radiant's bottom
'Cause
tower
if you go
is under attack.
for the scepter build on OD against
Top
Medusa,
tower is
you just
under
want to
attack.
astral Medusa as much as possible.
KB picked up by the Bloodseeker. Going to the Shadow Blade now. Has that Rod of Atos.
Fun fact, cooldown of Cold-Blooded Snake, or Cold-Blooded, whatever, and Astral recharge time is the same. 12-12.
Vanish.
Do you know what it means, Beaker?
Yes. But for the viewers at home, you should
Radiant's
explain.
top tower
Oh yeah,
is under
it
attack.
throws a snake on him every time he gets Astral.
Yeah.
foiled that
He's almost got
shot.
that BKB.
I've been wanting. Over here now.
Finding with the Vortex, they finally go after the Bloodseeker. Fire Snap Cuckoo to try and get some distance. They use the dust. They've got the Rupture out on a Cuckoo. Bako gonna maybe chase, throw a Blood right down. That's exactly what he does. 23 steps out of it. Rupture used. BKB down for the Bloodseeker. Nobody dead.
Potentially. T1 with a chance to get that Roshan. I'm just so surprised that
Radiant's
TNC's
middle
not
tower
pulling
is
any
under
sort of
attack.
triggers here. They're just waiting and waiting.
Yeah. Going Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel on Armel.
Dusa now has double damage bottled. This next team fight is not gonna go well. They have no way of purging it. No Yules. They do have a Yules, actually, Mirana, I lied. Don't hold it against me, no.
I won't know.
Thank you.
They're gonna try and finally go for Roche.
I mean,
now that it's found out, they can't.
Even this Enge is, you know, approaching unkillable territory again. With that mech, with the pipe, you can just run in, cause all sorts of chaos. Carl now sitting at 1800 health with the Essence Ring, status resistance. The windows are closing, my friend. TNC's curtain will be shut soon.
They'll get the hook off the stage. We'll get the Gong. The Gong show was a show in the United States for a long time.
Or they'll try to do the, you know, when the performer jumps into the crowd and wants to do the wave? Yeah, that's what they'll do, but they will fall flat.
What other ways are there like that are just metaphors for being ripped off stage? There's the hook. I think there's also the cane, which is the same thing as the hook. The Gong, which signals your time is over. I guess the X's.
I wouldn't know. I'm an uneducated Dota player.
The X's in America's Got Talent, or any, you know, insert country's got talent.
I
They
have
all use
talent.
X's.
Sometimes.
I agree.
Thank you.
Psychic headband there for the line.
Are they gonna get the first offensive Astral off since the pickup? Yes!
Yeah, they finally got it, but it gets turned to stone. So again, how are you going to get this Meteor Hammer off with the BKB getting popped on Gabby? They've got the Rupture again onto Cuckoo, which keeps him out of the fight, but they've had the Electric Vortex. The damage coming in from Zephyr as well as the Stone Gaze. One more shot needed to get the kill there on Ibaka, and they'll take out the Bloodseeker.
Radiant's bottom
They'll look for more.
tower
Cuckoo no
has
longer
spikes.
ruptured. Primal Roar with the arrow.
I mean,
Axes.
alright, that's it.
You can't even set up the Astral Meteor Hammer anymore. It's just a hard counter.
Nothing you can do. They did that to themselves.
Blink X coming through, out onto Gabby. In a lot of trouble. They got the Earth Spike to follow it up. They'll have the finger there. Ball Lightning Car, can he get the control? There's the Astral. The Sanities to take down Whitemon. It's only one hero dead with the Mortimer's Kiss is flying across them, but Gabby's dead. They've got no block. Two chain over from Cuckoo, looking after Boomy. And the axes fly in. 9 stacks out onto the timber. Fire Snap Cookie getting away. Armel on the run. Now it's a 3K lead for T1.
Yeah, and this is the moment of probably realizing, damn, we waited way too long, guys.
Let's watch this replay again.
The hammer hurts a lot, so it almost killed like 3 or 4 heroes.
Yeah, Astral on the 2 and then the hammer.
Because he gets like a lot of bonus mana, of course.
Actually almost killed 4 heroes.
Yeah.
Like that, had he had another moment, like maybe a couple more seconds in that fight.
Or you just do it 10 minutes ago when you actually pick up the item.
True.
I really don't know what made TNC think they can just wait this one out. Once this butterfly is completed on Dusa, which is 400 gold away, by the way. How did they kill her? Odie's the only one that can right-click her.
Over here.
Should have evasion. Odie doesn't have good attack speed. Every miss is gonna hurt so damn much.
$30 minutes into the game, 2K lead, but it feels a lot more like 10.
If not even more.
Huzzah!
Butterfly now. Another DD bottled up. Who did you pay? How much did you pay Gaben, sir?
His last battle pass was level 10,000.
Fair.
Dire are scanning.
That's when you get on. Rupture reflected. That's a big problem for the Bloodseeker. Earth Spike comes in. They've got the Electric Vortex that goes through onto Gabby. use the Stone Gaze. They focus their attention on the Boomy. Mortimer's Kisses don't do enough. Oh, Whitemon just surviving. He may even get hit on the backlines. No, he'll survive. Moonlight Shadow gets committed. And still no casualties. Looking for the Primal Roar, but finding a way back in. Armel forced to pop the BKB. He's looking for a Roar, and he can't find a target. He doesn't feel comfortable using it.
Medusa's low on mana. One more Astro could potentially kill her. Hammer up in one.
Done all the way through.
It's gonna be a big hammer.
Beastmaster. And now they've got the Sanities. Cuckoo dies. That's only one dead. Can they find anything more? BKB got popped by Gabby. Again, it's just one kill for the Sanities.
Take height.
And 23, yeah, he's out of mana, but he's surviving it all.
But you're out of spells.
For now.
For now. Right, so how do TNC do this? How about we go to like minute 60? How does it look for them? Not good.
If they get to minute 60,
it doesn't look good.
Chaos can happen.
It can. It's just they don't have heroes to make good use of all the items. Like Beastmaster just doesn't scale into the late game like Storm or Medusa do. Bloodseeker, same thing. I think it's the same story as before. The later the game goes, but it's going to be 51.
Storm's working on the...
Storm is massive as well. When we're talking about real massive, then you're just going to look at the Medusa.
Yep.
He's obese.
Almost 21k on that now.
Yep. That would almost be 1k GPM if it was 22 minutes. Or 32 minutes, I was not.
That number is well off.
Yep.
Math, not the strong suit of this panel or these casters.
Hey, I did say what conditions had to be met at least.
That's not math.
I am the greatest teacher.
For those subject notes, not math.
The prize is mine.
My teacher in school always said, take out your calculators or I'll just let Dominic answer. I was like, okay. And then I get it right every time, of course. Sure. They call it a human calculator. Amongst other things.
So Roche is still up.
It is.
Astro Imprisonment reflected with the Lotus Orb.
Under attack.
Arrow connects. It's onto the Timber. They've got themselves the Astro Imprisonment once again that turns Gabby to stone.
He just can't play, getting Astro by himself, and then
Mortimer's Kisses.
And he saved him with the Astro.
And yes, saves him with the Astro for the Meteor Hammer. Mortimer's Kisses, Force Staff now. Lotus Orb trying to get away. He tries the Timber, but he doesn't survive. Whitemon dig next. T1 kind of missing an opportunity here. Falling him all the way through, getting the silence as well as the Vortex. That's on to Gabby. The Fire Snap Cookie gets some distance, and they've got the Primal Roar that's on for the Medusa, but they're not doing enough damage. They finally let the arrow on top of it, falling back, and that's to pick up a double damage for Carl. So they might make their way in. They turn to Stone Bach as well as Armel with the Mystic Snake.
Oh, he's sitting at 4k mana.
Gabby, there goes Zephyr. All letting him go back into the fight. So it's Medusa and Storm against the world. They'll go after Gabby. They'll look for more. Mystic Snake. Tim's to Stone. BKB forced out. Armel now turning, throwing those axes, trying to get the blood right down on the 23. They've got the urn, but can they get the kill on the 23? It's not looking likely. They've got another Mystic Snake. Rod of Atos. Another snake bounces.
Arrow?
And he's just full on mana.
He had 4,000 mana there in Odie, and he barely touched Medusa's health pool at all with that hammer. Sure, the Ench got blown up from full health, but
it's an Ench.
Who cares? Yeah, exactly. Can see it here again.
No offense, Enchantress.
He accumulated so much mana. I actually thought it was going to be
massive.
More grand, you know, but it looked very... I mean, just look at this. Half health to Storm.
Rod of Atos, Fire Staff.
Yeah. And Medusa's still alive with the Stone Gaze. There's no way he can fight into the Stone Gaze. Odie up in 20. They're now hitting Roshan. If this Medusa gets Aegis and Skadi, which he will have after the Roche kill, this game is all but done.
Ball Lightning, looking for the Mirana.
Shadow, take us.
Try to spawn the Roche.
Vortex coming through onto Armel. There's the Chocolate up top. They just done another vision. Rod of Atos thrown over onto Carl. He just picked up by 23.
And a Skadi also in 20 gold.
Looking for me?
I wish you well, TNC. You're gonna need it.
They held on. That fight was okay.
But we already said, holding on is not gonna win you this game. You've got to break them open.
Break them open.
Yeah.
Stupendous!
This Aghanim is built on OD. Is good if you're like an offlaner or something, but as the one position, you're just not dealing right-click damage at all now. Like, he's actually afraid of fighting anyone.
Yeah, they're not committing. They're not looking to fight too heavily.
Like, all he does is Astral, 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 Astral. Sure, it's annoying, but it's just like a mid-sanking, you know? It's annoying, but what does it do?
Haste!
Maybe something down the line. We'll see. Get a ballista.
Medusa gets a ballista too.
Problem.
Then we have lots of ballistas.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Two
attack.
bottom. That'll drop.
Wouldn't be
Dire's
surprised
top
if they just
tower
take all
is
the
under attack.
outer towers now, or maybe even go high ground. Like, this Medusa is not afraid of anything right now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And
Dire's
another higher?
top tower
Yeah.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom
They
tower
have the
is under
Ags for the
attack.
Snapfire. Again, focusing on this Snapfire Ags. I just don't...
Haven't seen it for a long time.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to be the move.
Yeah, TNC seems to really
Radiant's
favor
middle
this
tower
Aghanim
is
except on this
under
hero.
attack.
Had it in both games. I just does not seem too impactful.
Tier 2 mid goes down. There's still Tier 1 top.
Radiant's middle tower
the creep
has
in.
fallen. Dire's
At least it
top
denied
tower
the
is under
T1
attack.
side 30 gold.
Yeah. So instead of 6,730 net worth ahead, it's now 6,700.
Yeah.
Timeless Relic coming out for T1,
On the
as well
storm,
as a Leveler.
on the Medusa, two perfect items already, pretty much.
Yeah, has a Leveler and working with a Titan Silver right now.
He's gonna replace that momentarily.
Radiant's top tower
But yeah,
is under
Leveler,
attack.
perfect item for Medusa. Timeless Relic, perfect item for both Lion and Storm. If they got a Timeless Relic on top, I mean Spell Prism. Or a Telescope, even better. Flicker is the only meh item.
But even that's good.
Even that's good now, after the change.
Always going random forward.
Yeah.
In a forward direction.
Minotaur Horn.
Out of my way!
And what else? Trickster Cloak, Penta-Edged Sword. That is terrible. Penta-Edged Sword is unusable almost. Only the Bloodseeker can use it. But he's not even right-clicking.
Go for the bottom Tier 1
Radiant's
themselves.
middle
So
tower
Walker's
is
going for a
under
Silver
attack.
Edge. Who does he want to
Dire's
break?
bottom tower
Timber?
has fallen.
Timber's not the problem at all.
Radiant's
Medusa
top
almost level
tower
25
is under
too.
attack.
Yeah, that means Split Shot Scotty.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
Split Shot
is under
Satanic.
attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And Split Shot.
Radiant's top
Plus he
tower
was
is
75
under
intelligence.
attack. Radiant's top tower
Surprises
has
us all.
fallen.
Do it. Ah.
That's all we can ask for is a chance. Timeless Relic now for TNC.
That's good for OD, as well as Beastmaster.
A lot of Atos. Blood right down. 23. Astral
himself
the
again.
Lotus, so he astrals himself once more. Fire Snap Cookie. The lockdown is there, but
As I said, it's annoying.
watching that health, it's not going down.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
It is annoying.
Keep going. Ball lightning, vortex through to the chain, and they've got here's Michael has the finger
No
looking at
buyback.
Gabby. He's got no buyback. And now the rupture gets reflected once again. Really hate this Lotus Orb. Bach with the BKB popped, running back and back and back into his base. Can't really move forward in this situation. They take the tier 3, they'll look at the set of racks.
Arrow. Just tickling him though.
Radiant's
Again,
top barracks
I don't
are
see
under
his health
attack.
going
Low it. Bunch of mosquitoes, really.
Radiant's
Like they
top
keep throwing these
barracks
axes
has
and arrows and astros. He's like, what is this stuff getting off me? Like this sand on the beach. Zzz. Didn't quite get it.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Using that
attack.
flicker.
Flickering. Actually, has the leveler in the backpack.
Yeah.
Over here now. Let the
Maybe he should let himself get asked by OD once when he's up, so he gets back to full mana. Well, age expired already. It's been 5 minutes. Wow.
Radiant's middle
41 minutes
tower
into the
is
game,
under
they'll go for the
attack.
tier 3. They'll look for the dive bomb on the Hawk.
Snake. Stone.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are
Number
under
tier 3,
attack.
they've got the Lincolns on the Storm. Radavetos. Flicker once again. Arrow missing thanks to the Flicker. Axes are stacking, but Axes don't feel like they're doing enough.
Yeah, Flicker also takes off all the
Radiant's
X
middle
stacks. So.
barracks has fallen.
Hex stacks.
X stacks.
X
Are
stacks.
They don't exist.
They don't.
Even when they're maxed,
Haste!
can chillax. So,
Medusa with about 18k efficient health, probably.
Mystic Snake, that won't bounce anybody else other than the Mirana.
Allies disappear.
Allies disappear. Yeah, probably from this game. That's what he means.
Flicker out of the high ground, Astral Imprisonment doesn't reflect on him, but he still turns to stone. The arrow, and now another Astral. Blood right, time.
And another Flicker.
Alright.
Keep flickering.
I love this part!
Radiant's
too
top
long,
barracks
too
are
low
under
of a
attack.
cooldown.
4 seconds. I've never really heard anyone say it's broken. It can be, I guess, in the right game.
I don't think
Where,
it's broken, but it's still good.
well, it's a tier 4 item. It better be
Radiant's
good.
top barracks
Yeah.
has fallen.
4 seconds.
What would you want to have? 5? 6?
I feel like 4 is just
70?
not long.
1 minute cooler?
Radavetos, that sends a Mystic Snake back.
Yeah. I mean, in this game, it's super good. It spells ATOS, it spells Silence,
My crew. My
it
responsibility.
spells Axe-Stexes. Why did I keep saying Stexes? Stacks.
Stack, axes.
Illusion?
Well, once again, just standing their ground, looking for the tier 3. Some right clicks out on the box for a second. There goes the final tier 3. They've gotten some of the ball waiting as well. The Vortex to follow that up with an Earth Spike. The Primal War comes out on the white. On the good, they kill on the Lion. Stone Gaze used, right clicks in. OG low, killed off by Cuckoo. Buys back into the game. They will try and run the Mirana out, but he dies to Zephyr. The right click damage from the Impetus. The BKB is not going to do enough here. They've got Carl locking down Armel. He's got buyback. They will even use it. The answer to that is yes, but they've already lost the Bloodseeker, who doesn't have buyback, so it's a 3v5 situation. And not looking like a good one as they set up here for Megas.
Radiant's
Hit me,
bottom
please.
Carl asking for the tips. I want to say that originated
Radiant's middle tower
against
is
Bloom
under
when they were up heavily. And then Carl tipped them, and then they lost.
But why did TNC tip him then?
Because everybody in South Stage is tipping Carl.
Oh, it's a triple snake. It's a big stone.
Triple Snake. Now they've got the Primal Roar, but it doesn't look like it's going to do anything because the fact that
GG.
Cuckoo's just standing his ground, and GG will be called. T1, they take down the top of the table team. That is TNC. And they find some success, finally, in this second season.
I mean, you would see me a little bit more excited if I didn't see it coming from like minute 15 away.
Yeah.
Like TNC just kind of lost. They didn't try to do anything around the map. And congrats to T1. They finally get it going after game 2. Game 3 looked pretty slick. To be fair, they didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Because TNC didn't pressure them a whole lot.